What is up? What is up, peoples and peepettes? That's not even a word. Well, anyways, thank you for hopping on this vid. I appreciate y'all for viewing. And this time we're going to be taking a look at NECA's new addition to their Predator 2 series. And as you can tell by the box, this is the 9th Predator that they've made. This is the Ultimate Snake Predator. And comes in your typical Ultimates box, which I've been a big fan of since they started making these. The only unfortunate thing, I'm not sure if you all noticing, prices on Ultimates are going up. So now they're averaging around the $40, $45 price tag. Big shout out to the AV Pop Shop. If y'all don't know, it's in the Los Angeles County area, north of Los Angeles City, in the city of Lancaster. So big shouts to them for acquiring or helping me acquire this figure, as I'm a big fan of Predator. But yeah, anyways, this is the typical Ultimates box. If you guys want to take a look at the readables, hopefully you guys can see. You can pause the video. But let's go ahead and pop this bad boy open and see what the Snake Predator is all about. Alright, so let's take a look at his array of accessories before we go and jump on the main Yautja himself. In terms of hands, he comes with 5 total hands. So these are the hands that he comes with. Right out the box is spread out open hands, which I've always been a big fan of because you can technically pose them and have them like style posings and whatnot. He does come with 2 gripping hands for his left and his right. So here are his gripping hands. Voila. And he comes with 1 relaxed hand. Kind of odd that they only threw in 1 for the right. Alright, well that's that. And he does come with, just like most Predators, an open and a closed smart disc. So this is a disc that he throws, and he does have a compartment where he can place the closed disc in. He comes with a human, this poor soul, skull with spine. Now unfortunately the spine itself isn't like on any kind of bendy wire. It just bends back, so it's just soft plastic. Look at the detailing. I mean, they did go out and paint it. Like you can tell there's different tones of that skull paint. No blood or anything. It's probably after he washed his poor soul's skull away once he took him out. And he does come with his combi stick, so his staff closed. This is the closed version of his staff, his combi stick, and the open one. So paint jobs just like NECA normally does. I mean, I love it. I love the fact that they do that. So you got the silver paint, the gold paint with some washes, and then just like the closed staff, similar. They're both pretty much identical. Got that brown, beige, grayish handle, and then same here. And you can tell there's definitely like washes of different golds, make it look like aged or used. Now this is a unique access. These are unique accessories for him. So these are his hand scythes. So this Predator is a little bit different. He's more of close quarters combat. So you'll see once I show the figure. This is his hand scythe. So these are the handles here. So they're both the same, one for his left, one for his right. Silver paint job. The sculpting is immaculate, just like NECA normally does. You can see like some details there. The handle and the like black, just a regular flat black. Well, glossy black, but you know what I mean. There's little ridges there too. So the sculpting detail is there. So yeah, these are unique to him because he's a very particular kind of Predator. He's more close quarters assailant kind of Predator. So here's the head sculpt that he comes with right out the box. There's his design, pretty dope. I mean, NECA always knocks it out the park with the paint detailing, the glossiness, the kind of quality that they put into the Yautja's paint job. So pretty unique. And there's his eyes. You can see that. And then he has more of just a neutral, relaxed set of mandibles. One thing that I noticed is, and now don't quote me if I'm wrong, and put it down in the comment section below, but I can't remember a Predator with short dreads. Yeah, it's pretty neat. It's pretty cool too because right out the box, all his dreads were loose. Sometimes, you know, when a Predator's dreads are a little longer, they kind of stay in a bended position, so you got to heat it up. But yeah, this one here definitely they're all loose, a little shorter. They feel thin, obviously, because they shorten up at the tips closer to the head. So pretty cool. And then here is his helmet version, or his mask version. Pretty dope design. Looks kind of like an alien snake, in my opinion. What do you guys think? So there you go. You can see a sneak of the top of his skull, same dreads, and where his ball and joint go into. Now, when you pop up his head out the box, he does come with his necklace, so you can technically count this as an accessory if you'd like, with the bones there. Some of his praise, unfortunately, poor souls lost their life. And then this little guy. So this is the only predator I recall that has fur on him, or like this kind of fur object around him. So pretty dope. Now the only unfortunate thing is this is not the only part of the figure that has this kind of fur. His waist does too. So I definitely do avoid warming him up in boiling water. I normally tend to do that to NECAs, but on this one, in this occasion, I can't, unfortunately, because I don't want to ruin this with boiling and in hot water. So it's best to probably use like a hair dryer or a paint gun. But yeah. So anyways, that's it for the accessories. Let's take a look at the main Yautja himself. All right, now here he is, the snake predator, the ultimate snake predator. My apologies. In all his glory, well, most of his glory, because he doesn't have his accessories on him or anything. And yeah, I must say, NECA always hits it out the park with their predators when it comes down to the detailing. Let me adjust here real quick so we can take a closer look at his embodiments, his details, his sculpting work. And yeah, we took a closer look already at his head sculpt, and of course his helmet. I mean, yeah, it looks again like a snakish, alienish kind of design to it. The short dreads are there. Now this is the fur little, I guess, body piece and little bones that he has from his previous victims. Let me adjust a little bit more so that way I don't have to break my back ducking down in my little setup here. All right, now as you can see, the netting across his body is sculpted in just like the previous predators. The difference is the paintwork, and NECA always does a phenomenal paintwork when it comes down to the details across every single Yautja to make them more unique. Kind of like, you know, like a snake, like a fingerprint, you know. There goes his shoulder pads, definitely weathered. That paint job is definitely, it gives it a weathered look to it. Yeah, that's nice. So he has shoulder pads. Now, I don't know if you've noticed, but this predator in particular, just like mentioned earlier, it's a little different. So he doesn't have the shoulder cannons. So apparently this predator belongs to a infamous serpent clan, is what they say. And he is more of a close combat and quick precision striking predator. So it sounds to me like he does more of like assassin work. He gets up close and personal, and because of that, he doesn't like the bulk and the weight downs that most predators tend to have. And it makes sense with his look, because he's thin. I mean, body wise very similar to the other predators, but he doesn't have the bulk with the armor or whatnot. So taking a look, you can see his, oh man, yeah, NECA's always doing a good job. Again, I can't help but say that more than enough times. There is it's not a gauntlet. Again, it's not a gauntlet. It's more, it looks like a cloth, like I'm pretty sure it's some form of leather, but it does have texture on it. If you can see, there's definitely paint washes. His hands, his knuckles kind of, he has rings. Yeah, I just noticed he has rings. So this predator, kind of like brass knuckles, socks the heck out of some fool, and then they're out cold. Looking down at his belt or his crotch piece, his crotch area. Don't look at my crotch. There's like that metallic. This definitely is more of an armor. So there's the paint washes of the silver down, or more like gunmetal gray, or no, sorry, I'm looking at the camera. If it doesn't show up in the camera, it's more like a bronzish color. What am I trying? Oh, it's smoking over here. There's that extra fur I was referring to. So yeah, you definitely don't want to dip this guy into a hot boiling pit of water to heat him up. And I'm noticing that most of his joints are actually pretty dang cool. So good in terms of it not being so dang tight. There is that same bronze armor piece, same washes, that weathering on it, and then he has these thigh covers as well. So same color of that bronzish material. There is the netting as well, molded in, sculpted in, and the paintwork for his skin. He has knee pads. You can see then knee pads cut out, then another glimpse of his skin, and then his shin guards. Yeah, pretty dope. And then of course his patitas. And then long nails. Like, bro, you need a manicure. Alrighty. So while I got him here, let's take a look at his articulation. So very typical with most predators. Of course, his head is on that ball and peg, just like every single Predator. So once you peg him on, oops, as you can see, this falls off. So just be aware of that. You know, you don't lose his necklace. This here straps around his body, so you don't have to worry about the fur here. So his head articulates pretty dang well, so he can go up, looks up that much. He looks down that much. Let me zoom in a little bit. His arms, his shoulder joints, and out. He does have the shoulder pads here, so I want to say, hey, actually that's pretty damn good. That's not bad. Yeah, because they go around. Hopefully you guys can make that out. They go around like the shoulder there. Let me put some lighting here so we can take a better look. So yeah, he can strike a T-pose for sure. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. He does have double elbow joints. Oop. And I didn't heat this guy up at all, so you guys are seeing me raw dog the heck out of this articulation. Tómala. And he does come with the peg and hinge for the wrist. Rotates and moves up and down that much. He does have the upper diaphragm cut. Pretty good movement there. Doesn't move back that much. And then of course he has his waist articulation, probably on the ball, that moves forward that much and backwards a decent amount. His legs spread out about that much, not much. And there's his little thigh. Well, you know what I'm talking about. His little thigh compartment for his smart disc there. He does have double jointed knees, and then his ankles do pivot a good amount, and they go down and up. Alrighty, now let's go and take a look at this bad boy. Oh, and I don't know if I mentioned this, but this is on a separate piece. I didn't want to take that out as a separate accessory, but yeah, nalgas. Anyways, let's take a look at how he scales and measures up to other Predators and other lines. All right, so some size comparison times, but before we do so, let's size him up. And looking here, don't let the camera fool you, the angle is a little off. He's just a bit above 8 inches, which would make him what, like 20 centimeters. So pretty tall figure, but most Predators actually are about the same height. So speaking of which, here he is with NECA's Jungle Hunter Predator, the OG Predator, and then here is the Jungle Disguise Dutch. Here are some more newer released NECA figures from their horror line. So we got Dracula from their horror line and the Invisible Man from their horror line. I think it's always a dope ass idea to do a video game comparison. So here we got him with Storm Collectibles Mortal Kombat 3 Scorpion and McFarlane's Doomslayer with the OG outfit. So what we have here is some Hasbro comparisons. So from left to right, we have Black Series Captain Andor from the Rogue One movie. We have Outback, the G.I. Joe classified line. Then we have the 20th anniversary Captain America saluting us. And then we have the Herald Thor from the Controller Build-A-Figure wave. And last, but definitely not least, we have SH Figuarts Ken Masters from the Street Fighter line and Mayfix's Classic Spider-Man. Alrighty, so in conclusion, I do like this figure. I mean, at the end of the day, it's another NECA Ultimate Predator, and I personally gravitate towards the buying option of this line because NECA already has me sold. And if you're similar to that, if you're just like that, then you'll definitely dig this figure. One thing I do like about this one in particular, the Snake Predator, is his background. You know, he's more of a stealthy, more of an assailant, close quarters combat kind of Predator versus him being, you know, one of the other Predators that just blast with their shoulder cannons and whatnot. This one's a little bit different, and the additional fur accessories on him, or the fur aesthetics, I think it's a nice little hit. Now, keep into consideration that Ultimates have jumped up in price. Unfortunately, call it inflation, call it a demand, whatever it is what it is. I will still continue buying this line just because NECA hasn't lacked in the sculpting and the painting department, so I'm still sold. But it's something to keep into mind when jumping onto this figure. But I'm hoping that I was able to help you get an idea on the aesthetics and the look and the accessories department to help justify whether you want to cop this or drop this. Aside from that, big shout outs once again to the AV Pop Shop for allowing me to cop this guy to get this in hand. And aside from that, once again, if you like this video, please hit the like button. If you have any feedback for me, drop it in the comment section below. Let me know what you think about this figure as well. And please subscribe. If you're interested, why not subscribe, as I'm looking to do this in the long run. Other than that, this is Pancho from Pancho's Palace signing out. Lates.